Hey, it's Dr. Dawn, and welcome to Mystical Monday. Tonight, we got a wonderful show for you, like we always do. I am so excited to hear from you guys. I hope that you guys have a lot to talk about and a lot to say tonight because I want you guys to chat it up. But before we get started, we know we have to allow time for everybody to come on into that chat. So let's count it down. Hello. It's Dr. Dawn. Hi, everybody. Hey. It's Mystical Monday. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hey, we're back and it's time for Mystical Monday. You guys come on in this chat and let's get this thing going tonight. This Monday night, I'm feeling a little different today. I think because we're getting ready to start Aries season. Aries season is my season because I am in an Aries, yes. And we know that Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, right? Yes. So we're going to be stepping into the beginning of some new Aries energy. Aries energy always symbolizes a new beginning, a fresh start. We getting ready to get things going. Hey, you guys in the chat. Hey, hello to you too. I am so excited today because I love when Aries season comes around, not just because it's my birthday, it's my birthday month, because I'm a March Aries, not an April Aries. It's two different kind of Aries, y'all. Get that together. But nevertheless, an Aries is the Aries. Still the ram, still the leader, still the beginning of the zodiac, right? And so as we get into Aries season, ever since I started my spiritual journey, I can see the pattern of what Aries season brings. It brings actually a new energy, but this time it's going to be a new energy because we have shifted in such a way vibrationally that now all of these things like moon cycles, zodiac signs, they all have a deeper, more fulfilling meaning to us because now we are in an awareness where we can appreciate it, right? And we can take this information that it brings and utilize it in our current lives. So I look forward to Aries seasons right now. Aries season right now. Hello, hey, you guys. Everybody's coming on in that chat. And so, as a result of Aries season coming in, I actually shared with you guys on my Instagram yesterday. I said, hey, you guys, yeah, there's some things happening now. Like I'm experiencing so much as it relates to downloads and um, being given information that had been hidden from me and is now in my awareness, like new insights. Like I'm just getting so much. And I know if I'm getting so much, you guys are getting so much. I hope that you're tapped into an awareness of all of this stuff that is coming in. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the topic for tonight's live, which is your journey has changed. Yes, I'm saying your journey has changed. And you probably saying, well, Dr. Dawn, how can you say my journey changed just because yours changed? Because everybody's journey is changing right now because everybody's awareness is different right now. Oh, look at all these people coming on in this chat. Hey. People in the chat saying that, their dreams have been crazy. Natasha says, my dreams they've been crazy since last week. Absolutely. Your dreams are going to be more vivid, more full of content, more full of descriptive information. It's overwhelming. Let me get started with this. Okay. So I told you guys, I think two lives back about how I had a new spirit guide on my team. It was a new medical intuitive that is joining my team to help me assist others as it relates to medical information that they may need to know. to keep their physical avatar up to par while they're on their journey. So I've been working with this medical intuitive, and I like to call her Sandy. I call her Sandy, my medical intuitive. She assists me with providing information to my clients as it relates to medical information. But guess what, y'all? I got some more beings on my team now, some more spirit beings. I have a being who was once on earth and was a financial expert. He was a financial analyst. So I'm like, well, what do I have him on my team for? I got a financial analyst, I got a teacher. And I'm like, what is happening? Now, look, y'all, my team had to help me connect the dots. And so they said, well, what do you think is happening, Dawn? You got a medical intuitive, you have someone in the education sector serving as a teacher, you have somebody from the financial sector. And so it start clicking. Wait a minute. I'm starting to get beings on my team that represent the systems that are at play here on the planet. Now, y'all, guess what? If I am starting to get tapped into beings that can assist me in medical things, educational parameters, financial things, and not to mention my spiritual team beings of higher dimensions that help me as it relates to spiritual concepts. But now I'm getting all of these beings that are assisting with earthly concepts in particular. Now, why do you think that is? My team came to me in my dreams. They said, okay, let's sit down. Let's go through this. Let's kind of talk about this. Let's kind of look at how what we're giving you is going to assist the collective. So now I knew automatically my journey has changed, because my journey up until this point, I thought was to serve as the intuitive guide and spiritual messenger, but kind of switched to the point where I'm helping to activate and put in awareness everyone else's intuitive abilities so they can start tapping in to their gifts and abilities. So I had shifted my focus to being more of a spiritual teacher right now to assist in the activation of gifts of the collective. That's what I have been doing. That's what I've been doing for the past maybe 3 years, 3, 4 years. So I had gotten pretty complacent in that. I'm like, okay, this is my role. This is what I'm doing. I'm good with it. Let me, master this as best that I can, and let me get comfortable in this position. Well, no sooner than I got comfortable in this position, they say, the journey has now changed. Now we're going to be doing something a little bit different. You're going to still be serving as a teacher. You're still going to be serving as a guide. You're still going to be serving as the messenger. But now we're going to add another focus in for you, because now you're going to start receiving beings that are coming to you that are going to have or going to require assistance in these different areas that we now have added beings to your team to help guide you in. Now, you guys, I used to get people all the time in the past. They would come to me for like investment information, like, okay, she's intuitive. Let me ask her if I should buy this Bitcoin or if I should do, and I used to tell them, that's not what I do. Don't come over here for that. That's not me. That's not helping you tap into your intuitive awareness. You trying to get some psychic stuff. That's not what I do. And I used to have to turn people away as it relates to things relating to finance, investment, all of that. That didn't resonate with me. It didn't feel right. It just wasn't who I was. Well, not that that's what I'm going to be doing now, but it seems as if, based upon what's coming or what's probably here, as it relates to the Earth's structure, in terms of these different modalities, I'm going to need to be tapped in to some higher guidance to help me guide others. Okay. So I say this to say, I'm starting this whole thing out saying, whatever you guys are doing, guess what? The journey is probably getting ready to change for you, if it hasn't already, or if it's not in the process of doing it. It's probably in the process right now. And for a lot of you, you may or may not be aware. Bohemian Pearl says astral projecting. Absolutely. Astral projecting is at an all-time high. I have been projecting, you guys, quite frequently over the past 3 weeks. not even intentionally. I'm not even trying to do it. I'm not even setting the intention to do it, but I'm going in the astral realms, which is what you guys, you got to be talking about that right now in your waking state. I want you guys to get comfortable with the concept of astral projecting and that you have the ability to do it. Stop thinking that only a certain few are able to do that, or it's a gift, or you have to have a high enough frequency to do it. Stop blocking yourselves from going into the astrals and getting that information and bringing it back here to assist you, because that's what you're being guided to do right now by your spirit teams, by your higher self. You're being told it's okay. Come on to these realms and get this information to assist you because you're going to need it. And I want you guys to understand there is no rhyme or reason to being able to astral project. It just takes intentionally setting out to do it. That is it. That is it. Okay. So I want you guys to realize at this point in where we are in the journey, because I use the word shift all the time. We always shifting. Okay. But we're gonna use the word change because change is here. And the journey is changing based upon your shifting. Now, guess what? I want y'all to detach from what you've been focused on. I had to detach. I was focused on being a spiritual teacher, teaching everybody their intuition, and that was going to be my thing. And that was going to be my only thing besides coaching. I'm like, okay, I'm good. That's what I'm going to do. You got to be ready to detach in this journey at any point in time, because part of the journey is you have to be open to the constant change. This is why, oh, this is a good point. In my intuitive guidance class, I had a person say in the class, "What book are we using?" And I said, "I can give you a book for reference, but I don't use a book in this class." And this person really wanted a book because they said they felt like they needed a book so they could kind of follow through, get a better understanding, and that's just how, as humans, we've been conditioned to learn through textbooks, right? Or ebooks. Well, I, in no uncertain terms, I gave him a book, gave this person a book as a reference. But you guys, books are going to be obsolete. Thank you so much, Angel Face. Thank you so much. Books are going to be obsolete soon. Let me tell you guys why. If I had have written a book on intuition last year or the year before, that book will be obsolete right now because I'm nowhere where I was last year or the year before. You see, our frequency is going to be changing at such a rapid rate, books aren't going to be able to keep up. They just ain't going to be able to do it. We are actually getting these downloads and upgrades and new information daily, quickly. And so a book is going to be obsolete no sooner than it's written. So you're going to stop seeing a lot of people publishing information. It's going to be a lot more sharing of information in the moment because it's going to keep changing. It's going to keep changing. All right. So in this particular part of your journey, part of this change, be ready to detach from what you've been focused on and what you've previously believed to be true as it relates to your journey. You guys know that you get what you focus on, right? We already know that. Whatever you focus on is what you get. I focused on being a spiritual teacher and helping to increase the awareness and enlighten others, and that's what came to me. That became my thing. Now I have to focus on something different, as all of you do. You've got to start changing your focus. Some of you are in these chats. Some of you are following people on social media, and some of you have no social media presence yourself. Guess what? You're going to be pushed now. You're going to start being pushed to say something to the collective, to open your mouth, and to be more visible, if not on social media, in the company of your own private dwelling, or in your own events or people you come in contact with. You're going to be encouraged now to speak, to open your mouth and speak, because look, we're breaking the chains. We're breaking the chains now that have made us feel stuck and caught up in repeated karmic cycles. And one of the things that has kept us stuck and remaining in karmic cycles is the silence, the fear of people judging, or talking about us because we have a different belief or a different way of seeing things. You're going to be encouraged now to break that chain by speaking a little bit. Ain't nobody say you got to be a Dr. Dawn and have a whole live and have a topic and do all that. No, but you're going to be encouraged now to say when things don't resonate with you, or tell people, no, I don't hang out with you because I don't like this, and this, or this no longer feels right to me. You're going to start being encouraged to do that, to speak it. Okay. I want you guys to understand, when you avoid how you feel, whenever you avoid it, it is a hindrance. And now, this month more than ever, it's going to be more than a hindrance. It is going to push you because there's a cycle that's trying to be completed. Let me tell y'all something about this Aries month. This is the push to close out and end the cycles. I know I always tell you guys, oh, it's a new moon. Oh, it's going to be change. Oh, it's no, no, no. A new moon is different than the beginning of the zodiac. A new moon is different than the beginning of this zodiac, in this frequency, in this energy, at this time. So now, when you have feelings as it relates to people, situations, and things, and you are trying to like suppress them or not do it, y'all don't do it, because now it's going to cause a hindrance energetically in your life, specifically with money matters. I'm going to bring up money because that's the one everybody is always, dealing with as it relates to life. Okay. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. Okay. You are now going in a new direction, and old things that are not true anymore are not going to be the same in your life. This new direction is real. This new energy is real. This new completion of a cycle is real. Let me tell y'all something. All y'all should be able to tell that you're coming to the completion of a cycle. I can tell because look, I went to the grocery store, and I've only lived where I am for about a year and a half now. New staff. I said, where the people at? What the? Oh, they don't work here no more. They quit. They whatever. Huh? That's weird. Went to the dentist office for a second visit. Little girl who did my teeth cleaning wasn't there. Everybody's gone. Like, where are the people going? Like, what's up? Y'all, we in a new cycle. I done closed out that old cycle, and people disappearing. People who were in the old cycle are no longer there. That's one way you know you closing out cycles. You starting to see people disappear, and not just people in y'all lives. So y'all think it's be the personal, intimate people or the coworkers that disappear, and then no, it means it could be people that you just casually encountered, and they're no longer there. Guess what? Because that cycle is closing out. So be in awareness of that. That's an example of a cycle trying to close out. When you start to see a shift in the people that you encounter or have encountered, okay? I want you guys to understand we're all doing that right now. We're all closing out a cycle. But when you're not aware of the cycle closure, it seems and feels rough. It just does. When you're aware that the cycle is closing out, it feels a little different. It hits different because you're like, oh, come on, hurry up, close out, because I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready for the next cycle to come on in because I know what I'm working towards. And so the quicker that cycle comes, the quicker I can get to it, and then you get excited. So it's all about your awareness and where you are in your cycle. How many of you can identify the karmic cycles in your life right now? Raise your hand if you can identify the karmic cycles. And by karmic cycles, I mean the repeated lessons that keep showing up in your life, either through people or through events. And when I say through events, are you somebody who moves a lot? You move around a lot. Why am I moving around a lot? Oh, I don't like to be still. Why don't I like to be still? Oh, I'm afraid of loss because when I grew up, I moved around. It's all kind of cycles that you see repeating themselves over and over and over again. Are you aware of the cycles that are repeating themselves? Look, Alice raised her. That's good. You're aware of yours. Excellent. If you're not aware of them, y'all, that's when it gets difficult to close them out because you ain't aware that they're there. Just look for the things in your life that keep repeating in the form of people, places, feelings, all of that. If it's repeating, it's a karmic cycle trying to close itself out. Now, I just mentioned to you guys a few minutes ago about going into the astral to pull info from the astral realm to help your current reality. Okay. So I've been going to the astral realm, but I've been doing it a little differently each time. I recently went yesterday, synonymous with Sunday, and I spoke to my grandmother and my mother. Baby, I had to pull them on through. And my grandmother, told me, she said, I'm with you and I'm watching you. And I said, I know, because I can feel you. I can feel you in my day today. And she says, I want you to understand that had I known then when I was there what I know now, I think I would have got a little further. And she said, but I'm getting as far as I can through you. And I said, I'm aware of that and I feel that. So my grandmother said, you had a session. Now look, y'all, she started going into my session. She all in my business and my client's business. She said, I wish you would have shared with your client the concept of growth. She says, because I think you guys are getting that misunderstood. And I said, well, what do you mean? She said, well, you know how when you're a baby, you feel like you grow up to be a toddler and then an adolescent, then a teenager, then an adult. That's how you understand growth in terms of, your physical um growth and moving upward and in stature. She says, but that's not what it is. She says, now that I'm here, I realize that it's moving along the timeline. There's no growth. You're just moving along the timeline. So I said, well, Granny, what do you mean? I said, because we're getting older as we move along the timeline. She says, no, you it appears as if you're getting older, but you're not, because there's a version of you that exists at each point on the timeline. And I said, let me sit with that for a minute. So I thought about it. And I said, okay, I'm going to use it in earth terms, since we go by age here. Okay, this is the 51-year-old Dawn right here. Y'all, I know she don't look 51. I know y'all, I know. But this is the 51-year-old Dawn on the timeline right here. So to get to the 52-year-old timeline, 52-year-old Dawn on the timeline, we think she has to wait a year and to celebrate a birthday, right? That's our thought process. That's our mind. No, each time you move along the timeline, it's because you've moved along in your awareness. Do you understand that? Your awareness is what's moving you along. And I said, but isn't that the same as us growing up? She said, but you're not growing up. You exist the way you are, like on each part of the timeline. So I sat with that, y'all. It took me a little while, but then I got it. Let's say I'm 51. So let's say it's 51 versions of Dawn right now. Let's say it's 51 versions of Dawn. I hope I don't confuse y'all tonight, because it took me a little while to sit with this, but let's get into this. Let's say it's 51 versions of Dawn. And so Dawn doesn't age. She just moves along as she masters the concept, the awareness. Everything is awareness. It's not age, it's awareness. So I said, okay, Granny, I think I got it. I think I understand it. And I think I got it. She says, I just wish she was giving me, yeah, I'm telling y'all, go to that astral, get some information from these beings and bring it on back with you, because they're there to assist us right now more than ever. And I'm not just talking about higher dimensional beings, like Pleiadians and Syrians and Arcturians, but go to your ancestors. Your ancestors are there trying to assist you and help you, because they're all, and I say this over and over, they're all here cheering us on during this time. But they're doing more than cheering us on. They're supporting and encouraging us, supporting and encouraging us the entire way. If you have anybody who's deceased, they are encouraging and assisting you during this time. I promise you. I promise you, there's not a loved one that is not here during this time that is not assisting somebody here in this moment. It's almost like I tell you guys, we're helping them as much as they're helping us. And all of them are willing to assist at this time. Mostly all of them are. So be in connection with your ancestors. I told you guys to get used to talking to yourself, right? Talk to your ancestors. It's okay. They gonna talk back. They gonna respond back. They're there. You're not gonna go crazy. You're not gonna be scared because that's what most of y'all be thinking. I don't want them to talk back to me because I'm be scared. No, you won't. Were you scared of them when they were here? No. So you're not going to be scared when they communicate, when they return the communication, because their energy is still their energy. Whether they're here or whether they're there, they're still going to feel the same. Do y'all understand that? So be open to connecting with them. Okay? All right. Let's see what the people saying. Um I see my Natasha says, I see my grandfather cheering every time I go to my astral meeting place to connect with my team. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See who else we got. Um Delilah says she doesn't care about the colonial ones. Oh my goodness, girl, stop it. They care about you. They do a little bit. All right. So just I want to make sure you guys come in awareness with that because now we're getting so into our intuition, which is great. And I want you guys to keep doing that, getting comfortable and connecting with that. But now you guys got to realize you got a team. You got beings that are assisting and guiding you at every moment. And so now that I got these new beings on my team, baby, I got an all-star lineup. And so at any moment, any one of them could come to me and share information with me. Now, let me tell you what I talked to my mother. Okay, my mother shared something with me. My mother said, I want you to understand every time you step out of your comfort zone, you change your energy and you excel on your journey. She says, I didn't know that there. She said, I was too comfortable. She said, I was complacent. She says, I wanted to keep everything the same because to me, stability was everything. Now, that's the era she grew up in, baby. She was a baby boomer. That's what they did. They went to the same job for 30, 40 years. They retired from that and then they sat until it was time to leave here. It was about the consistency. It was about the having the sense of knowing what was coming next and doing what those before you did. She said she didn't know like she knows now, and she wanted me to share here with everyone. Your comfort zone is a crutch. If you're in your comfort zone, you're stagnant, you're not on your journey, you're not excelling, and you're not moving your energy along. So, whatever it is that you should be doing that you don't want to do, no, I said that wrong. Whatever it is you want to do, but you're not doing for whatever reason, you better find some way to do it in small increments, in small steps, so that you can start moving out of your comfort zone. Because guess what? Comfort zone creates stagnancy. And we don't need stagnancy. We need to keep moving. We need to keep going along this journey and moving towards the life we're trying to create. Cindy says, I want to tap into my younger self with today's knowledge. How can I accomplish this? Oh, good. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm always talking about going forward, but never going backward. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. So look, if the 51-year-old Dawn, let's say it's 51 versions of Dawn, and I want to go back to the 12-year-old Dawn, I just connect with her. Literally, I get into a place of stillness. I get into a place of remembrance of who and what I was at 12, and I connect. I talk to her. I literally talk to her telepathically, may talk to her vocally. Something you don't even have to do all that. Take the stillness out, Cindy. Let me take that out. No, 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 no. You could be in the kitchen washing dishes, thinking back to your 12-year-old self, like the example I just gave, and a particular situation that ruffled your skin or made you feel some kind of way. Talk it out. Talk it out in that moment. Talk and say what you would have liked to have said then, or what you want to say now to that person in that instance, and clear and get it out, because you are one in the same, whether you're the 51-year-old Dawn or the 12-year-old Dawn. It's the same set of timeline and being. So you are connecting with yourself at any point on the timeline just by opening your mouth or centering your thoughts to communicating with that part of you. It's just that easy. It doesn't take you time traveling and going back to a certain time frame so you can jump in. No, 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 no. You're all one and the same. So just talk to yourself and say what it is that you want to say easily. Um, all right. Hello, Ascension 2024 chat. So okay, look, somebody said they're doing the dishes. Do the dishes and talk to your younger self if you need to. If you need to tap in and go back, go back. It's just that simple. We make it so difficult. We make everything procedural here as it relates to spiritual concepts and things, like even traveling to the astral realm. King Cassius and I, we laugh all the time about that because he's the astral traveler. When I first met him about 4 years ago, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, he was like, I want to astral travel. I'm ready. I'm just what, and I'm like, and so you will because you want to. And I'm like, it's just that easy. He just used to say, no, no, no. He used to think it was so hard. Now y'all look at his videos. Baby, he traveling. He going over there doing some things, coming back, giving us some information. He's in, he's out. Because all you do is set the intention. All you do is say, this is what I want to do. And then your higher self and your spirit team gets to work to show you how to do it. And they start leading you to what your heart desires easily. Let's see. Delilah says, I put down some tobacco at the altar for them, trying to deepen my relationship with them. If you want to do it that way, you can. If you feel like you need to do some type of ritual to connect, do the ritual. If that works for you, because everything is energy, and energetically, you're going to pull in what you desire either way, whether you do the ritual or you just open your mouth and ask, or you go in your sleep state, or you meditate, however you want to do it, you guys. Whatever is your comfort zone is what you do to have these connections. Okay. All right. Now, look, if we have to be in an awareness that the journey is changing, and we have to be ready to detach from the journey that we've been focused on, because some of us, baby, we've been focused since we awakened. We've been having one track focus as relates to our journey. Y'all not gonna be able to have that one track focus no more. Not with this um the beginning of the Aries season. You're not. You're going to now be asked to look at multiple possibilities within what you're doing, thinking, wanting, desiring, and moving towards at this time. I'm going to give you another example. So, in my sessions now, I told you guys I now have all of these beings, these different beings coming. In addition to the medical intuitive, now I have a financial intuitive, somebody coming to talk to me about that, an educational intuitive, somebody coming to talk to me about education. These are beings that are coming to get me well equipped on the systems on the planet Earth, because now that my clients that are coming in, I'm going to have to be well versed and have some information at my fingertips to assist these beings with, because we're having some things that are happening with the systems on the planet. I'm not saying it's going to collapse and everything going to fall at one time, but some things are changing now in all of these different earthly systems. And so now people who are intuitives or who are doing things with the collective, we're now getting well versed in this information, because we got to put the spiritual part into this awareness. Okay. So it doesn't get so 3D, if you will. So, in my sessions now, I'm having to share more truths than normal. And y'all say, Dawn, what you mean share more truths? What you used to do, lie? No, I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. But I used to have to use a lot more discernment. I used to have to withhold a lot of information. I used to be censored in what I could share with you guys. I would give you guys a little bit, just enough to help you on your journey, to where your spirit guides would guide me in terms of how much information, but I wouldn't give you guys all of it, because I wouldn't want to mess it up. One thing I could say that, and it could take you guys left off your journey. So I was very careful about the information I shared and how I shared it. That's not happening now. Now the spirit guides are more open. They're being more clear. They're giving more direction. Speak, keep sharing, give more, tell them this. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is a lot. Like, no, no, no. I'm discerning, but they are releasing more information now to everyone. And so that has me in a place of awareness now that it's time to stop playing. It's time for people who are on their journey and having their awakening and their awareness. It's not a race to the finish line by no means, but it's more of an awareness to now put up or shut up. It's like, come on now, you're in an awareness, you know what these things are, you know the guidance we're giving, what you've been guided or being led to do. You got to do it. It's no more time for excuses and confusion. It's none of that. It's none of that. So I'm seeing now, you see how I said, y'all, you got to be ready to detach. You got to be ready to shift at a moment's notice in whatever you're doing now, because everything is changing moment to moment now, moment to moment. So the more information I share, the more I understand that not only are we all evolving, but we're now evolving and getting more connected to our journeys, our individual journeys. Natasha says, sounds like preparation for something big. It always sounds like it's preparation for something big. We always kind of feel like that. But that's our human instinct interpreting everything as big. But it just could be that it's just time. It's just time to start making some changes. Eduardo says, I want to bring out my gifts so I can help people just like you. You are. If you want to, then you are. It means that they are guiding you and showing you, and that the speed that you bring them out is determined by your soul's awareness and your soul's connectedness to the gifts. So don't feel as if you're not doing anything or not doing enough. You're doing it at the speed and the rate that your soul is rolling it out to you. Okay? For some people, they go, oh, my intuition. I just wanted to click in. I want to be more confident. I want to be, but look, you're taking the steps. Some of you are avid pursuers of information on social media or looking up stuff and reading stuff. That's all part of it. You're being guided to the information that's going to assist you with feeling more confident, feeling more connected. So don't feel as if you're not doing anything. You're doing you're doing what your soul is guiding you to do in this moment. Okay. All right. I am also being encouraged by the spiritual realm, not just on my own, but in my sessions, to make people aware that it is now more than ever, time for us to connect with the heart center and humanity. Okay? Because a lot of people and a lot of beings who are in the corporate sector, okay, those of you in the office working for corporations or in the corporate sector are going to be moving towards humanitarianism. Okay, there it is. A lot of people are going to be moving and shifting from corporate America to being a humanitarian. You're going to see a lot of that starting to come and unfold, okay? Because now the heart center, the heart chakra, we know it's always being activated, but now there's a special, if you will, signal being sent to the heart to radiate this energy outward and cause people to want to shift from being business to being humanitarian. Now, look, it hit me over the weekend. My guide said, look, you got people who have been believing in you, who have been trusting in you, coming to receive your services. And we know that everything in this experience is an energetic exchange. You guys book a service, I give you the service, you pay me. That's an energetic exchange. The money is the energetic exchange. So my guide said, well, let's take it a step further. Let's add one more exchange to it. And that's where I came with the loyalty program. Let me give you guys something back for continue to come to me. And so that's the cycle we're going to be in. We're going to be in this flow. It's going to be in a flow. And so when you're not in the flow or when you're not flowing, you're going to feel it now. You're going to feel it. And I just used the example of from a business standpoint, but flowing and exchange goes in any parameter of your life. It could be that maybe you do more for your brothers and sisters' kids than they do for yours. The exchange or the flow is not equal. And so now that unequalness is going to go and it's going to stop right in your face and it's going to come to your awareness and you're going to have to make a decision like, well, wait a minute. I'm doing it because I want to do it, but I mean, is anything coming back to me in return in the form of energy? You're going to start being aware of that. And that's not a bad thing, you guys, because look, we've always been conditioned to believe that it's better to give than to receive. Isn't that how we were taught and raised? It's better to give than to receive. But in actuality, you must give and receive. You must have a constant flow of energy to achieve balance and alignment. When you don't, you get off center, which is why a lot of us who are empaths, we have issues with our heart when we get older. We have congestive heart failure, heart attacks, because we're giving more emotion, time, and energy than we're receiving, and it's depleting us energetically, causing physical disruptions to our avatars, to our physical avatar, aka our bodies. But we're not going to be able to do that now, you guys. The energy is not going to support the one-sided energy. It's not. It's going to start putting you in an awareness of, do I want to give any more energy? And if so, how much do I want to give at this point? Because I'm not getting any back. And you're not going to have any guilt with it now, like as we did in times past, because the energy is not going to make you feel guilty. The energy is going to support you in your well-being and your self-care. Lakita says, from executive assistant to special education, I think that means paraprofessional. All right, girl, there you go. From corporate to humanitarian. Even though you're, still working and doing things, you're more in a assistive capacity of being of service now. And so that's how it's going to happen. It's going to be in a subtle way. And some of you may do it voluntarily, and then others of you may be pushed into it. Your jobs may phase out, or you may be doing something where it's not in alignment with what you want to do, and then you're asked or positioned to do something that you do want to do. I mean, it's going to show up in various ways, but we're going to be moving towards that heart center and that more humanitarian, being of service for the planet. Okay. Cindy says, I'm waiting for this work change to humanitarian work to happen. Come on, activations. So look, there's where you're going wrong, Cindy. You said, I'm waiting for it. That's the other thing we've done in the past. We wait. We say, okay, universe, this is what I want. Come on, ain't that how we've been taught? That's what we wait on it, right? You're supposed to wait on it with anticipation and, excitement. But you got to be doing something towards moving into it in order to bring it to you. So if you are waiting for a change for your job to go to a more humanitarian aspect, what are you doing to move it there? Are you doing something? I'm just using an example. Are we creating the energy slowly, like volunteering somewhere, doing something where we're doing the energy of service? That's just an example. I'm just trying to show you how to move the energy into what you're trying to line up. It's no more sitting with our legs crossed, waiting on anything to happen. We've got to start making active movements towards what it is that we desire, even if they're small. Doesn't have to be big, like quitting your job and going to look for working for a 501c3 or a not-for-profit. Nobody said do that. Nobody said do anything big if that's not what you're able to do. But you got to do something in the energy, even if it is smaller, on a smaller level and in smaller steps. Okay. Lakita says, find where your heart is leading you and go for it. Absolutely. Just don't ignore it as we have done in times past, which is what this energy is saying. You can't ignore it now. You cannot ignore it. You got to go in the new direction that is bringing its way to you. Okay. Remember, I told you guys, old things that were true are not going to be true anymore. They're not going to be the same. So, whatever it was that you thought was true as it relates to your career or what you enjoy or what you love, you're going to start realizing you really don't enjoy it. It's just comfortable, it's keeping you complacent, it's not taking you out your comfort zone. And it's going to stand out to you now. Because remember, what did we say? What did my mama say in the astral realm? She said, when you come out of your comfort zone, you excel on your journey because you're moving the energy towards where you want to go. So she told me, my nickname is Dee Dee. She said, Dee Dee, don't ever be comfortable. Always stay uncomfortable during your time there on the planet. And that, my darling, is what is happening to me now. I'm shifting out of my comfort zone in terms of my service delivery, how I'm doing things, what I'm saying, how I'm doing it. And it's constantly keeping me moving. So my energy is constantly going and going and going and going and going. I am going to the astral realm, visiting different places. Recently, it was my ancestors. Last week, it was higher dimensional beings and Pleiades. I'm constantly moving and shifting around. As long as you keep moving and shifting the energy, you guys, you're moving and shifting along your timeline of what you came here to do. Okay. Um, so let's see. Corinne says everything is purging out. Absolutely. It is the purge. Um, Successful Trillionaire says rehearse the experience in the mind. Okay, good. And Corinne, again, thank you for guiding me and straightening my ability. Straightening your ability. I don't know what that means, but okay, Corinne. All right, great. So when you guys, I first want you to realize something. I started out by saying your journey has changed, and I prefaced that because mine has changed, and not that I'm the end all, like what goes for me goes for all y'all, but we're all in this frequency of evolving. Okay. So if it's happening for me, it's happening for a lot some of you with the awareness and some of you without. So I wanted to make sure you guys are in the awareness that your journey is shifting and changing. If you are a Reiki master or a tarot card reader or a spiritual teacher or a psychic or a medium or whatever you are, guess what? You may be doing something else in addition to that now, because now the journey is changing. You may even step away from what you're doing and do something different because the journey is now changing. So don't feel as if you have to attach to and hold on to what you've been connected to since you had your awakening or your awareness. You don't. You're not doing bad if you say, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. I think I want to lean into this. I told you guys, for me, I was like, okay, I started out, I'm going to do these coaching sessions. All right. Then it was like, no, I'm going to teach. I got to get everybody's intuition activated. That was my thing. I'm like, I'm just going to sit here at the teaching part. Then they were like, nope, let's go to the next thing. So they keep adding. I keep adding and adding and adding on to what I am here to do. Okay. So I don't get attached to one concept, one thing, or one purpose, because you can't in this energy. Remember, you guys, this is why I told you it's going to be very difficult for people to write books about this spiritual journey, because the energy is changing instantly. And so you could write a book today, and then next month it ain't even relevant no more. Like it's not even where we are. So you're going to start to see the books fade away. And so that is why you're starting to get more connective intuitively to your inner self, because your changes are going to be by the second, by the minute, by the day, by the hour. It's going to happen quickly, and you will not be at the same place very long. Lakita says, I wish I knew what I am supposed to be spiritually. That would great. Being pulled all over is confusing. Now, look, Are you being pulled all over, or are you being taught and shown multiple concepts at one time? Because, see, we can misinterpret what is happening to us during this time. See, I was all over the place in my journey at one point. I was looking at tarot card readers. I was having Kundalini experiences where I was, kind of off centered, off balance. I was having ascension symptoms. I was awakening. I was looking at different gurus that were in spirituality. I was learning about different religions. Like, I was doing so much at one time. I was like, oh my God, this is too much. Like, what is all this for? I just need to, narrow it in and focus. But it was the time during my journey where I was getting all the input, all of the data. And so you could be at the point in your journey where you're getting all the data that you need that's going to assist you. And as it's coming in, it's going to start trickling down and narrowing down and getting more specific to you. Okay. So you're not confused. Take that out of your awareness and your, speaking. You are gathering information. That's what you're doing. You're gathering a lot of information. That feels different than being confused, right? So just look at it that way. Good. You said that's you. Perfect. That's where you are in the journey. Divinely Sarah says, when I tell you that things I put so far on the back burner are now showing up, I let some things go, and now my teachers are showing up when I wasn't even looking for them. I'm so honored. Absolutely. Look, you said you put it on the back burner. You ain't put it on the back burner. You put it where your spirit team said, we're going to leave it right here. We're going to let it sit right here until we feel like she's in a place of awareness where she can connect more with it and she can utilize this information to help her move along the way. We'll bring it up when it's time for her to get it. So now you say it's showing up and your teachers are showing up and you wasn't even looking for it. No, because now you're in the awareness to where you can now receive it, you can use it, and it will now assist you better in terms of where you are. So you say you're honored, but look, they're just doing what they came here to do, which is get you ready by giving you information that you need when you need it. Understand that. Thank you, Chosen 144. Chosen 144 is reminding everybody to please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, please, please do that, you guys. Okay. Delilah says, love it for the people. Forget about corporate America. Leave them in the dust. You're so blunt. I love your responses. Right to the point, right? So we know that when we're not operating from our heart center, we're not aligned. You know you're in alignment when you're operating from a place of love and abundance, right? Always in alignment when you do that. Now in our new state of being, and I'm telling you, this Aries energy, baby, when this Aries energy comes this month, if you guys watch on social media, every person that practices divination or uses a divination tool like tarot cards or pendulums or crystals, things like that, everybody's saying March is the month. This is the month where it's going to be rocky. It's going to be a lot happening. I'm getting you guys ready to be pushed out of your comfort zones for sure, and things are going to start manifesting that have been held off for a while, because we're in this new time, and the Aries season is going to start it off. It's going to start it off with a bang, with a bang, 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 bang. So you guys, in this awareness that you're going to be in, you're going to be ready to receive all of the bang that comes with this Aries season, this Aries energy. And so I want you guys to be ready and excited. Don't be getting scared like, oh my God, something bad is going. No. Y'all get excited. Get excited. Like, we are getting ready to be in for some changes. Remember what I told you. As long as you're changing, you are excelling and moving that energy and moving along your journey. Complacency is a no-no. We don't sit still. We don't stay doing the same thing. We don't put ourselves in the same situations if it doesn't feel right. For you guys who are coming to me on Mystical Monday, if what I'm saying is not resonating anymore, it doesn't do it for you anymore, like, stop coming on here. Don't just come because it's habitual. Because, oh, I come on Mondays. Let me see what she's talking about. I'm used to coming. Don't do that. Don't do that, because that resistive energy is going to knock you down in your face in another way or another form. Okay. If something doesn't click with you, or you don't want to be in an awareness or part of something, don't do it. Don't do it right now. This is your time to not be in the energy of consistent, complacent, routine, and stagnancy. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Okay. All right. Cindy says, great examples. This is helpful. Good. I'm so glad, because look, as I get the information, I'm giving it to you guys. And so as I'm getting some of it, y'all, I'm still trying to iron through a lot of information that I'm getting, but you guys are getting it too. And I would love, love, love to hear the downloads that you're getting. A lot of you aren't confident in what you're getting and what you're being shown and what you're now feeling, because you're not understanding or realizing that it is the collective experience, the collective experience. So I want to at least bring some comfort and encouragement to some of you guys to feel comfortable talking to yourself, to feel comfortable communicating with your ancestors in the higher realms whenever you need to, because they're communicating with you. And the more you communicate with them, the more they communicate with you, the more you get connected, and the more you guys start coming into where you are on your timeline. Okay. Questions. The journey has changed, but we good. We know that, right? We want it to change. Any questions? As we get ready for Aries season, this is going to be a good month. Honey, it's going to be exciting, exciting, exciting. Divinely Sarah, you definitely bring a beautiful level of awareness. I truly enjoy being here each week. Thank you. Thank you so much. I truly enjoy being here with you guys each week, because it's getting a little different for me now, you guys. I am not doing and saying the things that I said 3 years ago, 2 years ago on here when I first came on here. I'm nowhere the same person that I was 2 years ago. The information is not even the same as it was 2 years ago. So, you guys, I'm telling you, we're shifting so quickly. We got to keep up, right? Because we're forever changing. I noticed it seems like a lot of new people are awakening and reawakening. Lots of people in the dark night of the soul moments too. Absolutely. And I don't want you guys to get lost in those dark nights of the soul, because I love the message that I feel you, I am you put out on Instagram today. Her and her husband, they got on YouTube as well, and they basically said, now is the time to get into your inner self. Don't get lost in all of the conspiracy theories and everything that people are saying. You got to get into you. So the message was resonating, because it's kind of this, it's what I've been saying and what a lot of us are saying. It's time to get into your intuition now, because things on the outside of you are going to cause you to be kind of all over the place during this time. But we're all of us in the spiritual community, we're aware now that the energy is changing, and it's time for us to be more vocal in what we're saying and to stand in it, because 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 it's time to do that. I feel Lakita says she feels like it's like a trail of fire is coming in hot, and we got to be ready. Absolutely, absolutely. Good perception. Successful trillionaire. What will my life look like now that I've asserted mastery of my real self? Real is a daily practice in question. I'm grateful for all your content. I've been tuning into your downloads since the beginning. Since the beginning of Dr. Dawn, 51 levels abundantly fat. Thank you so much. I appreciate your consistency. I love it. Let's see. Oh, so many comments. Now y'all coming in hot and heavy. When I tell you that things that, oh, I did that one already. I did that one. Okay, I got it. All right. You guys have been Awesome. You have been great, 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 and great. I don't know what else to say. I think we have covered a lot tonight. I want you guys to realize that a lot of times when I come on here, okay, I get divine messages. Wait, hold on, you guys. Let me get her off the screen. Divinely Sarah, your message is stuck. Oh, there it is. Okay. When I come on here, I get information leading up to these lives. Usually Sunday night, Monday in the daytime, I'm getting a lot of information. I got to sort through it and see where I want to go with it and how I want to present it. Well, I knew over the past couple of weeks, we started out, we were talking about the dream state, and how this kind of isn't real. And I was like, oh my gosh, where are we going with this now? Now it's like, the journey is changing. That was the message, if you guys can see the pattern, if there is a pattern, so to speak, the energy and the frequency is moving us in a reality where if you're not ready for what's been hidden, you kind of got to get out the way because it's going to knock you down, and it's coming in hot and heavy, like ready, set, go, ready or not, here it comes. And I could tell the energy now versus a year or two ago. A year or two ago, it was slow and steady, it was gentle, it was encouraging, it was more, let's just take it slow. But now it's like, let's hit it, let's go, let's be very, clear with it. And let's make sure we emphasize this. It's a different energy. It's a different energy. And I think it's because a lot of star seeds like myself, we're getting more confident now in what we came to do and what we are pushed to share and to say, not pushed, but encouraged to say and share to the collective. We're more comfortable now sharing it. So now you guys are going to feel the energy of our confidence. I think a lot of us up until now were still a little iffy. We were a little afraid a little bit. We were still healing from our stuff, and working through our stuff. But now we've kind of pushed on through it. So now these messages are getting more concrete, clear, and assertive in some ways, in a good way, but more confident. So as you follow other creators and as you listen, you're gonna hear and feel that confident energy now. But now you got to wake up and tap into your inner confidence so you can start to sort through who and what resonates with you at this point. Okay. Because we may be all talking confidently, but we may not all be talking in your level of awareness or what aligns with you. So now you got to tap into your intuition. Okay. All right. You guys, this has been wonderful. Thank you for joining me. If you watch the replay, please leave me a comment or question below. If you were on the live, come on, y'all. When this goes out, leave a comment or a question. You guys have pushed me through over that 1,000 mark. I think I'm at 1,017 now or something like that. That's beautiful. Love it. You've got that algorithm going because now I feel like this information needs to push out to the collective. And I feel like it's in an energy and a momentum now that it's going to start moving. And it's all going to be because of you guys and your consistently showing up, commenting, and sharing the information. I'm so, 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 so grateful. If you guys are interested in a one-on-one session, you guys know, hit my website, www.discoveringyourinnerlight.com. As I mentioned before, these spirit guides now, they're very blunt. They're open now. They're sharing more information. It's just a little different. It's a little different now. So if you are in a place where you need some type of spiritual update awareness, make sure you look me up. You guys also know that on Mondays, right before here, I'm usually on Instagram Live doing readings. Not sure if I'm going to keep that up, though. I'm going to keep up Mystical Monday, but not sure of the readings. So just stay tuned and make sure you guys just follow me on the platforms. Thank you so much. Thank you, you guys. Thank you all so much. You have been so great. So, 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 so great. All right. Until next time, I will see you guys next week. Take care and have fun for those of you who are going to travel to the astral realm. Ha ha. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.